Hi Aquarius, welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for April of 2020. We've got Venus activity and Mars activity for you. Mercury is fast and direct, woohoo! And then also a new and a full moon which play into some interesting outer planet activity. Hey Julia, what's up with Venus for Aquarius this month?
Oh, well, good news, Aquarius, because Venus enters Gemini on April 3rd, which correlates with your fifth house of dating.
Mhm.
So, Venus is the relationship planet par excellence. So, she really loves to be in the fifth house. So, if you are partnered, then really enjoy some fun nights out with your boo because, this isn't a transit to just kind of sit at home and cuddle.
Yeah.
This is a transit for just going out and enjoying some good times. But if you're single, then get out there, put your online dating profile up because it's a really good period for dating. Now, the next planet I want to talk about is Mars, and Mars entered Aquarius at the very tail end of March, and it's going to remain in Aquarius for all of April. And Aquarius correlates with your first house, which is the house of self. So that means that you're going to be really embodying that Mars energy. Now, Mars is the planet of activity and conflict, so you might be a lot more willing than ever to sort of stand up for yourself and assert yourself when you feel like your rights might be trampled by others. Just be careful of not overdoing it. So choose your battles wisely and try to get out some of that extra energy through maybe some physical activity
Mm.
instead. Now, the next planet I want to talk about is Mercury. And Mercury is moving super, super fast this month. So it's going to be going through three of your houses. So let's start with the first house it's going to be entering, which is the second house. I said that weird, but it starts the month in your second house of
Right.
money and values. So your mind, which is ruled by Mercury, might really be on your money, and your money might be on your mind. So you might be strategizing now about how you can earn more, and your thoughts may also be on your values and how you can communicate them well to others. Then on April 10th, Mercury enters Aries, which correlates with your third house. The third house is all about communication, and Mercury rules communication. So Mercury loves to be in the third. It's modern astrologers say it's Mercury's house through its rulership of Gemini. So you might be extra articulate at this time. You might be very productive in all Mercury related things. If you do any speaking, if you do teaching, if you do writing. And if you've been dealing with a writer's block, maybe at some point over the past year or so, like it might be lifted during now. Then on April 27th, Mercury enters Taurus, which correlates with your fourth house. And wherever we have Mercury is where we do our best thinking and where we put our mental focus. And the fourth house is all about your home and family. So your thoughts could very well be on your home and your family right now. Like you might be wondering, how can I sort of make my home more satisfying, more secure? And you might be communicating really well with your family and the people you live with. And what else is going on this month, Jamie?
I was just thinking that because Mars and Saturn are both in the first house for Aquarius, um, because they're in Aquarius itself, there's this combination of this feeling, because Saturn's in Aquarius, of uh, being trapped, being contained, constricted, restricted. But with Mars being in Aquarius too, there's a kind of um, a desire to break out, an impulsiveness, a push, a drive, a willfulness. And so that's an interesting and I think kind of exciting combination, especially when it comes to career and motivation and drive towards that. So, Aquarius, if you were interested in a reading, I would think that a natal and transit reading that focuses at least somewhat on career and money would probably be the right choice, because you've got all that motivation. You're really building up a head of steam. And it's always good to know what's coming so that you can approach it, in the most powerful way. We've got a couple of moons to talk about. The first moon that I want to talk about is on the 7th, and it is a full moon in Libra, which falls in your ninth house. And that connects in with Juno, which is retrograde. If you saw our Juno retrograde video a couple of months ago, which you can find it now in the 2020 news playlist on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology, and there you would discover that this Juno retrograde period is a time of retrospection and renegotiation in committed contractual relationships of all kinds, whether for spousal reasons or business reasons. So um, basically everybody is going through a lot of changes in their relationships right now, kind of renegotiating stuff and figuring out what's fair. When you throw a moon into that mix, a full moon or a new moon, there's going to be heightened emotion. So my advice to you is, even while with Juno here in the ninth house, you're thinking about the big picture of this relationship, because of all of the emotion involved right around that full moon on the 7th, I would definitely hold back on having any serious conversations and agreements formed during the 3 days surrounding this full moon, because you might just be, acting out of emotion, or your partner might. It's better to wait till the dust settles, after the 8th of the month. The other moon that I want to tell you about is happening on the 22nd. And that one is a new moon in Taurus, which is falling in your 4th house. Now, this moon will also bring up heightened emotion, and the 4th house is the house of home and family. So if the relationship that you're renegotiating is a marital one, and then this new moon shows up in your 4th house of home and family, that could again bring up strong emotions. So I wouldn't be doing any big negotiations during this moon either. It's happening on the 22nd, so I would take a break from negotiations from the 21st to the 23rd. Now, this new moon features a square between Uranus and Saturn. Uranus is here with the sun and moon in Taurus in your 4th house. And I may have said this to you before in one of these horoscopes, but Uranus has moved into your 4th house and will spend a total of about 7 years there. It's got about another 5 years to go. And it's bringing a sort of an electric, jumpy, twitchy restlessness to the arena of home and family. This could make you want to move house sometime in the next 5 years. Now, you got to remember, this is a horoscope. I don't have your actual chart in front of me, so I can't tell you personally, the individual, exactly when Uranus moves into your 4th house, but I can tell you this: whenever it does, whether that's happened already or it's yet to come, you're probably going to feel really restless, maybe like a plant with root burn, like you just want to move someplace different. And that's the kind of thing that's really useful to know about before it happens. And a reading is where you can find that out for you personally. The other factor involved in this moon is Saturn. And I mentioned that before as being there in your 1st house. And Saturn brings limitation, restriction, constriction, makes you want to follow the rules or mix some more. Whereas Uranus is the rebel and revolutionary, makes you want to break rules and experiment. And that battle between the rule maker and the rule breaker is really, really featured in this new moon. And the battleground you experience it in might be home. So be prepared and keep your emotions contained during this new moon. Well, that's all the stuff we have for you, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. You can always find our horoscopes on our website at pandoraastrology.com/horoscope, or on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology, arranged for you in monthly playlists. You can find the news of the month there arranged in playlists, and the news of the year as well. And until next month, we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye-bye.